I still get chills thinking about that rainy afternoon in Chicago, back when I decided to test the waters at the Empire Lux Hotel, the place I'd just bought out for a cool $4 billion. But nobody there knew it yet. There I was, Jamal Harris, dressed down in an old hoodie and jeans, looking like any regular guy off the street. And these security guards are gripping my arms like I'm some kind of threat, while the manager, this slick dude named Victor Lang, stands there barking orders to toss me out because, apparently, I didn't fit the vibe. All because I had the audacity to show up with a confirmed reservation for the top-floor penthouse paid in full, and they figured a black man in casual clothes couldn't possibly afford it, or worse, belong there among the suits and pearls. It all started a few hours earlier in my high-rise office overlooking the Loop, where I'd been poring over reports that made my blood boil. 287 complaints of straight-up discrimination in the last year and a half. Folks turned away for looking wrong, judged on skin color or clothes instead of their wallets or character. I'd grown up mopping floors in a rundown motel in Philly, invisible to the guests who treated me like dirt, and when I clawed my way up to CEO, I swore I'd never let that poison seep into any business I owned. So this was personal, I stripped off my tailored suit, slipped into those beat-up sneakers I kept stashed away, kept my old Rolex from Dad as a quiet test, and headed out incognito, heart pounding not from nerves, but from that deep, simmering anger at a system that still chewed people up based on appearances. The cab ride over was quiet, driver eyeing me in the mirror like he was trying to figure out my story. "You got family at the Empire?" he asked, and I just smiled. Something like that. Watching the hotel's shiny glass tower rise up through the drizzle, all that fake elegance screaming, "Stay out if you don't belong." Walking in, the doorman, young kid, barely out of college, didn't even glance my way. No umbrella, no welcome, sir. Just let me push the heavy door myself while rain soaked my cap. Strike one, I thought, but I kept cool, sneakers squeaking on the marble as I hit the front desk. There was this newbie clerk, Emily Tate, sweet girl with wide eyes, typing in my name Harris, and her face lit up when she saw the penthouse booking. But then it crumpled, confusion hitting hard because I didn't match the picture in her head. Mr. Harris. Let me just grab my manager. It's protocol for the big suites," she stammered, vanishing into the back, leaving me standing there like a fool while guests in designer gear whispered and stared. That's when Victor Lang struts out mid-40s, perfect haircut, suit screaming money, eyeing me up and down like I was trash blowing in off the street. "Mr. Harris," he says, drawing out my name like it's a punchline. "Seems there's a glitch. Penthouse isn't available, had to bump it for a big client. You understand, business and all." I leaned in, keeping my voice steady. "Glitch? I booked it weeks ago, paid up front, confirmation right here." He taps his tablet, fake sympathy all over his face, but his eyes are cold. "Look, straight talk. We got a tech mogul who drops serious cash here quarterly. Conference deals worth millions. I made the call to keep him happy. Nothing personal, just protecting the bottom line. I can comp you a room at our airport spot." Nothing personal? That hit like a gut punch, because I knew it was everything personal. His bottom line was code for keeping out folks like me to preserve that exclusive atmosphere for the elite crowd. I pushed back. "So you're saying I'm not valuable enough? That's discrimination dressed up as strategy." His jaw tightened, glancing at the phones filming us. "Yeah, lobby full of onlookers now," and he hisses low. "I've run places like this for 25 years. I know what keeps the lights on. You don't fit the brand. It's not race, it's reality." Security. 2 guards roll up, one hesitant Ramon Diaz, I later learned, with a flicker of doubt in his eyes, the other all business, grabbing my arm as Victor announces loud, "Escort this gentleman out. He's disturbing our guests." Emily pipes up then, voice shaking, "Mr. Lang, this isn't right." He has the reservation, but Victor shuts her down fast. 3 months on the job. "Kid, you want to keep it? Back to your desk." She slinks away, tears welling. And that's when old Mrs. Evelyn Hawthorne steps in, widow of the founder, all pearls and poise at 75, who'd built the empire from scratch with her late husband back in the 80s. "Victor, what's the fuss?" she asks, and he smooths it over quick. "Just a mix-up, Mrs. Hawthorne. Prioritizing our VIPs to seal that $12 million deal. Tough calls keep us afloat." I lock eyes with her, calm as ever. "Your husband said in that old Forbes piece, Luxury for anyone who earns it. No exceptions, remember? She pauses, hand on her necklace, but Victor jumps in. The world's changed. We adapt or die. As they hustle me to the door, rain waiting outside, I say clear, in 20 minutes, you'll wish you'd listened. And Victor smirks. Real world ain't fair, pal. Out in the downpour, I didn't rage nah. I pulled my phone, called my assistant Lena. Phase 1 done. Roll the board. Alert the media, Chicago Tribune, NBC, even Fox. Sipped coffee across the street, watching the chaos brew as black cars pulled up, board members piling in, faces stormy. I timed it perfect, slipping back in behind them, doorman frozen as I stepped forward in the buzzing lobby. Victor's mid-pitch, profits up 18%, everything's golden, when I cut in. Not quite. Pulling out my card. Jamal Harris, CEO and 68% owner of Empire Lux Group. The place explodes, gasps. Dropped phones. Victor's face drains white, stuttering. This is a setup. I shake my head. Nah, I gave you every chance to do right. You chose prejudice over principle. 287 complaints buried. Occupancy tanking 15% because word got out about your atmosphere. You thought turning away folks like me protected the brand? It poisoned it. Firing him wasn't dramatic. Victor, you're out, but severance pending review. 25 years deserved due process. Turn to Emily. You spoke up, join our inclusion team, bumped to $52,000 starting. Promoted the deputy who'd pushed back quietly, restored cuts for staff like the housekeeper Rosa who'd complained about biases. Mrs. Hawthorne approaches, voice soft. I let Victor convince me survival meant compromise, forgot my husband's dream. We shook on it. She'd help rebuild. Media swarmed, but I kept it real. This ain't revenge. It's reset, excellence for all, or we're nothing. 3 months on, lecturing at Northwestern, I shared the messy truth. Lost 19% of managers, 12% of snobby clients. Profits dipped 7%, but turnover halved. Bookings surged 28%. New diverse guests flooding in. Emily's training programs going chain-wide. Ramon's revamped security treats everyone equal. Rose's studying management on our dime. Victor? Settled his suit. Working smaller now, heard he's trying to change. Product of the old guard maybe. But who knows if it's real. We hit snags, a few properties fought hard. Big contracts bailed. And yeah, some say I went too far. That Victor was just playing the game everyone plays. Protecting jobs in a cutthroat world. Was firing him justice or overkill? Did we really root out the rot or just shift it underground? What do you think? Ever faced something like this in your community where business excuses bias? Drop a comment, share your story. Let's talk about what real change looks like, right or wrong. Hit subscribe if these tales hit home, more coming your way.